Hey everybody, welcome back. Northernlion plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth plus 36 easy wins in a row. And look at this, a pretty good start. 7H90, 9S0G. It's better than pretty good. I apologize. It's amazing rate of fire, great damage. We will not be using data miner today. Amazing rate of fire, great damage. HP's fine. Speed is really good, although that's because of the pony, and we got the ability to fly because of the pony. And we just got a spirit art because of it. Like, you know, this is a good indication of the rich get richer. Because we start with a good rate of fire, it's way easier for us to shoot all the poops and fires, which gives us a greater chance at rewards. Makes it more likely that we're gonna win. I don't know if there's ever been a better illustration of that concept than that right there, but I'll take it for sure. Because this time, we are the rich. It's been a couple of days since I played Isaac. I mean, this is, we talked about it on Check the Wire, but there's like a lot of sponsor stuff that's gone on recently. It's sucked up a lot of time, but, you know, I had the backlog coming into the sponsor stuff that allows me to be a little bit more flexible in the way that I handle the week. And, of course, we got, you know, random kind of preparatory stuff going on as well. Hold on, was there not? Yeah, I was going to say, I thought there was a tinted rock. Small rock would really hit the spot right now. Now we're talking. But yeah, you know, you probably noticed. I mean, it's almost like gearing you up for a little extended time away for sure. But like Northernlion Tries has been a little spotty lately. Half of it is because, like, you know what? I would really just like to play you first. But I'd also like to get as many pennies as possible. And we do have the petrified poop. As long as we're not shooting the barrel, this is pretty good value. And we actually might be able to get something from our shop here. Okay, there's only one left. We did have blank card on our shop. I just want to check our shop out real quick. But yeah, you know, the thing with Northernlion Tries is when I'm busy, but not that busy, I think we don't take it, honestly. I think we fish for the HP upgrade instead, maybe. When I'm busy, but not that busy, putting in the extra legwork for Northernlion Tries to be like, hey, I'm going to find... Because everybody knows, you know, oh, okay, Crusader Kings 3 came out recently, and, you know, Captain Tsubasa Soccer came out recently, and, you know, there's Rogue Legacy 2 you still haven't done any coverage of, yada, 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 for sure. But then, you know, once you get into the daily kind of grind of it, ooh, that's really good. It's a lot easier to make it happen when you got you know, maybe like an extra half hour or 20 minutes a day where you can scout for stuff instead of, you know, feeling like you got your nose to the grindstone to a big degree. So just a lot of stuff happened, good stuff, but like busy stuff happened kind of all at once, you know? Doki Doki into sponsored stuff on top of an already fairly busy time. This is a very good floor for us, though. And meanwhile, Isaac is just there, like, you know, steady Eddie. Knocking out wins and banter on a daily basis. People pogging up in the comments. Very, very few complaints. I did get hit there. That's a complaint that I have myself. And that's a clean floor. We picked it clean like a chicken wing. How clean do you get your chicken wings, by the way? Hold on, I gotta remember. I got 3 HP. I would say, you know, there's gotta be, like, multiple scales, right? There's a few obvious ones. Like, some people pick their chicken wings clean. They'll, like, even munch on the bone a little bit. Look, bone marrow can be delicious. I know it's not for everybody, but it can be delicious. Biting through the bone to suck out the marrow is true insanity. Hold on. 2.5. 2. 1.5. 1. That hurt, but it was worth it in the end. Might as well do the whole floor, right? I would say... So, like, let's say level 1 is you take, like, a bite out of each side of the wing, and then you leave meat on the nubs. You might even leave a little meat, like, in between the bone. You know, like, there's the bone with the space in the middle. I feel like as someone who has a 4-year degree in biology, I should know what... I mean, I guess it's the wing bone. But you know, there's two different kinds of wings. There's the flats and the drums, right? The flats have the little bone pocket in the middle of them. Gotta be honest, the speed down sucks, but you definitely want Book of Revelations. It's also crazy to me because we just gotta speed up. I mean, we gotta speed down from Small Rock, but then Synth Oil... Maybe Synth Oil's a range up? It should tell you something about the design of range in this game that I still don't know whether Synth Oil's a range up after, you know, 4 years of it being in the game. It might also tell you something about me, but I would choose to think that it reflects more on the game than on myself. Anyway, so that's level 1. You leave the meat on the ends, you leave some meat in the middle, you take like 2 bites of the wing and you're done. Those people do exist. Level 2 would be clear out all the meat in the middle. Nah, we don't want any of those. Still leave a little bit of meat on the end, perhaps. Level 3 is on a flat, you almost clear it out. You know, maybe light little pieces of meat around. But, you know, you're not inconveniencing yourself too much. You got a good mix between, you know, eating the vast majority of the meat on the chicken wing. And, but also not hurting your mouth or getting your hands too dirty. Or getting sauce all over your face too much. Not that that's I mean, that's part of the business of eating the wings, right? But then, level 5 is like you eat the gristly part on the end of a drum and completely clean out the flat. I mean, that might be level 4. I think I got my levels slightly confused there. That's diagonal walking, baby. I am 1 below the top. I don't gnaw on the bone. I'll eat the gristle ball on the top of a drum, but that's not doing the little things right. That was muscle memory on that one, i.e. not thinking. But for the most part, I pick them clean-ish, maybe a little light detritus, and then you know, I don't go like, oh, I'm leaving 2 cents of meat on the wing. I'm not that guy. We all know that guy, or that lady for that matter. You know, the wings, it's an everybody food. I will say, though, at the risk of alienating some people, I do have, I want to be very clear, I like chicken wings. I like them a lot. But I do want to say, I think if you look at all of the foods on planet Earth, they might be the food that is the most... Let me put it this way. The wing gets so much credit, but it's not really the wing that's doing it, right? Like, it's the sauce. Nobody ever goes to, like, you know, a sports bar, and then, you know, they order chicken wings, and they go, oh, what kind of sauce do you want? And they go, no sauce. just cook them up and send them out here sauceless. You know, it's never happened. Well, I mean, let's not say never. There's a lot of weirdos out there. But, like, and I'm not trying to, like, dismantle the chicken wing industry. Here's all I'm saying is that the chicken wing meat is bad. It's an inferior part of the chicken. If you get a rotisserie chicken, I'll eat the wing. Like, it doesn't taste... When I said bad, I should rephrase. I don't mean that it tastes unpleasant, but it's probably the worst, you know, meat on the chicken. And I gotta tell you, I've used every part of the buffalo, you know? Especially if you go to like an izakaya or something like that. Like, I'll eat some chicken gizzards, I'll eat some chicken hearts, chicken feet. I'm telling you, the wing is just kind of like... To be fair, chicken feet have the same thing as the wing. Where, basically, the only reason you would ever get them is for the sauce. You would never be like, oh, the foot itself tastes awesome. However, you know, I'm just saying they get a lot of credit. I also find wings. I mean, I think they're like, I understand they're what's the opposite of a lost leader? They're like really good for margins, right? They've benefited the most, I think, out of a lot of foods from like the culture of sports bars and, you know, like going to a friend's house to watch the game and stuff like that. Like, wings are like they're basically like they're a cultural moment now instead of just merely being a food. Hold on, I gotta check my the old disky today. 1 second. I gotta send a message to Bear Taffy. Hello, Bear Taffy. I'm pretty sure my time is not. So I'm just making sure, because now I'm a little nervous that I'm not, that Bear's right and I'm incorrect. No, yeah, it's so I don't know if that's the same for you. Bear scared me. So here's the thing. I've got a thing today. It's not ND8 or anything. I don't know why I'm being so cagey about it. I gotta do like this rehearsal for a Twitch awards show thing that both Bear and I are a part of. And it's one of those things, and if you only deal with one time zone in your life on a regular basis, you'll never know the anxiety of it. But like, I got an email that was like, your rehearsal time is 3 p.m. and I thought for sure it said Pacific time. We needed that speed upgrade. I'm very happy to have it. So here I am at 3:20 Eastern time, and in the back of my head, I'm like, man, I sure hope I was right about that. Then you get a message from your good friend Bear Taffy that says, hey, are you doing your rehearsal thing right now? What am I supposed to do? It wasn't like that, but I don't want to give you the exact message, right? And you go, oh no, did I get this wrong? Turns out he might have his rehearsal time right now, by the way, but I'm in the clear. Just a scary message. I've had that before, the old PT-ET conundrum. The worst is, and this, you know, S happens, you know what I mean? But sometimes someone will tell you, like, hey, let's do this at like noon your time. And then, lo and behold, it's like 10 a.m. your time, and they go, hey, you ready? And you're like, you said noon my time. And they're like, what time is it there now? And you're like, it's 10. And they're like, oh, my bad. But can you still go? It doesn't happen that often, and it's not, I'm not a diva, believe it or not. For all the complaining I do in my real life, I'm like, you know, honey, it's 10 a.m. It's time for your you-know-what flattening. Yes, dear. I'm happy with the tears upgrade. I'm not unhappy with the tears upgrade. Let's do a little bit more exploration, though. Alright, let's see how my good friend Bear Taffy responded. Ah, okay. He says, I thought you were in my group. You scared me for a min, but I double-checked. And also, that doesn't surprise me, Lenny face. So, can I tell you, I'm probably your least favorite person on Discord. The least favorite type of person. And I know it, and no matter how much you cyberbully me, I'm not going to change. I do not have Discord Nitro. If you're not familiar, Discord Nitro is like a $5 a month service. It gives you, like, features. I don't know what all the features are, but one of the features is you can use any emotes you have access to outside of the server that provides them. So, for example, if you're a member of the official Northernlion server, there's like, I don't know, 80 emotes that were custom made for it, which, by the way, I take no credit for. The mods did all of it, so thank you. And if you have Discord Nitro, you can use those emotes wherever you choose. I don't have Discord Nitro, but I still type those emotes everywhere, and they don't show pictures for anybody else. And I actually, I'll tell you, I went a step further. So yeah, I mean, you're like, do you type, you really type or not exclamation mark, you type colon, lol, colon, even though you don't see anything? Yeah. I'm not giving you $5 a month. I know what lol looks like. The book of lol is long and boring. And that's, look, we don't need to get into that. Hey, let me out of there. Yeah, I know Magnetic Fields. Oh, really? You know Magnetic Fields? Name 69 of their most famous love songs. Okay, fine. Absolutely cuckoo. I don't believe in the sun. I can never get over you. The luckiest guy on the Lower East Side. You know what? We don't need petrified poop anymore. Get me out of here. What's your favorite of all of Stephen Merritt's 69 Love Songs. I mean, Yeah, Oh Yeah is a real bop, don't get me wrong. Luckiest Guy on the Lower East Side. I got a real soft spot for Parades Go By. I really like the first disc in general. But then, like, when you get a little later on in it, The Death of Ferdinand de Saussure is got a heck of a synthetic bass line, you know what I mean? Do 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 do. It'll stick in your head. You might be like, that doesn't seem like it'll stick in my head. I promise you it will. And then the surprise hand claps halfway through the song when you thought you had it all figured out, but it turns out you didn't know squat. You know what? If we're going to spend a key, we should use it to get the Bible. Then you can use the Bible to pick up all the other ones. Mostly we want Book of Sin here. But then we're going to go back with Book of Revelations. For certain. Because it's my job to squeeze as much joy out of these episodes as possible so that you don't get a smile on your face. So we're not going to take any risks at all. So yeah, and I was going to say, I've actually started to take it a step further. So now I will use, I'm like, if I'm already using emotes that I can't see, I might as well use emotes that haven't even been made yet. And I'm not messing with you. Like when I sent Bear the message that said Lenny face, I typed in : Lenny face : There is no Lenny face emote that I have access to. But I was like, I know he's gonna know what this means. So I'm using like implied emojis. That's where I'm at. I'm so glad I was able to get a 2-word absurd phrase to put with it, because now it's almost like a Curb Your Enthusiasm bit. Larry, you don't use the kiss emoji? You just type kiss? I don't know where the emojis are on the keyboard. She knows what it means. It's nice to get an emoji. It's like a nice little picture, Larry. You know, you get the picture of the lips and the eyeballs. She knows a kiss is a kiss. It's an idea. It's not a picture. I'm telling you, this could work. Might have to be punched up by some actual comedians, but like, dude, it could work. But you didn't send the emoji, Larry. Ah, that's the thing. But I did. It's simple. The emoji was implied. You can't imply an emoji, Larry. Oh, you can... This is Kramer's coming in, so now it's Seinfeld, not Curb Your Enthusiasm. Oh, you can imply an emoji. Anyway, we're done with that bit. But that's just the kind of person I am. I have no keys, and yet I must scream, and also go to the item room. So, I will take... This is very good, though it does not appear very good yet. Because we're at max HP. And then, sure, the Mind, that's pretty sick. And you know what? The Mind has revealed to us that there is a boss of miniature stature back here. Let's go see what you got going on. Honestly, I was just gonna say, no matter what you give me, I'm pretty sure we have no need for it. We can now peep our secret room as well. Hold on. We must have been off by like a micropixel. I know it's not how pixels work, but I'll tell you, I think this is one of the strongest runs we've had recently. Caveat, one of the strongest runs we've had recently that has no deal with the devil access. Like we got a deal with the devil. It was bad. It was Guppy's Collar plus Betrayal, I think. Neither of which essentially have any usefulness outside of... Well, I mean, Betrayal has no usefulness in general. Guppy's Collar has no usefulness outside of a very fringe scenario where you're low on HP but still willing to bet 50% that you'll die and come back rather than thinking the HP is going to benefit you more to keep your chances of staying alive higher. Dude, we never fight regular Loki on a boss room anymore. That's a rarity. I mean, it is pretty obvious, like, between 9-volt and, Book of Revelations, like, we literally can't. Or 9-volt Nun's Habit Book of Revelations, it's almost impossible for us to die. Now, we probably should have used Book of Revelations on this floor. If we... Oh, you know what? I think we did, but because we got a small room in the room generator, it couldn't spawn War. I think. Or a small vertical room, maybe? I don't know, man. Anyway, we're moving on. And then, you know, we just... we built this run without the requirements of... oh, very rare item for sure. Without the requirement of needing those deals with the devil, which is pretty sweet, dude. So I, for the time being... You don't need me to tell you, I'm sure, that I'm not, like, super stoked to have the Empress card. No arcade, unfortunately. I was hoping it would be some kind of teleport card. Because a teleport card will absolutely crush for us if we can get into Boss Rush. So I'm looking... Boss Rush is pretty inessential right now. Because the win is all but sewn up, regardless, but... I literally, like, momentum carried me in there. Because I don't think we really need to be there. I gotta say, Dad's ring is doing some serious work for us. Now, some people might tell you with one key, you may not want to open a lock like that. I'm here to tell you, those people are right. Especially when you're en route to your item room. But it is what it is. So anyway, that's what's up. Nothing much going on. Hockey's going on, but I'm still, like, so... The Canucks fan base is like, you know... I'll set the stage for you, you know? It's a 7-game series against Las Vegas. First team to win. I just needed a key, please. We will not resort to taking the pill. The first team to win 4 games wins the series, moves on to the Western Conference Finals. It's not the finals for the league. It's technically the semifinals, but it's the finals for that half of the league. Vegas was up on us 3-1, which means if they win 1 game, it's over. You know, we're roasted and toasted. These are all different. You know what? That's pretty good. I'm still thinking, though, that I may indeed endeavor to go to Boss Rush, but I don't think that's essential for us now that I think of it. I don't think we should do that. Hold on. I think we should just do this until we get some kind of payout. You know, when the Canucks went down 3-1, everybody was like, the series is over. Forget this team, dude. Frick this team. I hate this team, you know? Now that we won Game 5 in very, very unconvincing fashion, everybody's like, we're going to the Cup Finals, baby. Here we go. Reverse sweep. It's a mercurial fan base. I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm embarrassed to be a part of it. Mostly, I'm just happy I still get to watch my favorite sport for at least one more game. It's pretty wild when you think about the fact that, like, unless, you know, when you're watching sports... Well, it depends. If you're watching sports with, like, a playoff system, the last game... Let's go. Where you watch your team is almost always going... Oh, no, dude. Is almost always going to disappoint you. You know what I mean? Don't we have... Oh, because they turned into pills when we dropped them. Okay. You know, yeah, I did it. So pick your next move. You can leave or live with it. Look, I want to go to this item room, but I'm also like, you know... My doctor said I can only take 2 piles of BS every day. But what I mean by that sports analogy is like, you know... I'm happy to watch my team play at least one more game, and it may well only be one more game. But no matter what, it's kind of like you're going to leave with a bad taste in your mouth, right? Unless your team wins the final game. Incredible. To win the championship, you're always going to be disappointed by the final game you watch your team in. At least on some level. You know, you might be like, hey, we did a great job, but I'm disappointed we didn't win. That's wild. That's why, like, I kind of admire... It's another reason that I like the way soccer does their season, where like the team that just has the most points wins the league. It's like, you know, you could be a huge fan of Liverpool, They might lose their last game of the season, but they had an 8-point lead coming in. So you know what? They still win the championship. It's a celebration. Grab a drink, grab a glass. And after that, Steven Gerrard down the center of the pitch against West Bromwich Albion. Sorry, I probably said it weird. Sorry, I'm trying to delete it. I'm trying. Admins, please. Okay. Should I have taken those? Well, yes, because one of them is succubus, if we're going to use that logic. But no, we probably should not have. In a static sense, it was probably a bad idea. But we have so much HP because of Book of Revelations, right? It is crazy to think about how, like, I mean, you know, sports is not misery. Like, you get a lot of entertainment out of it. But compared to something like a movie, you know, with a movie, sometimes it ends and you're like, it was good. Sometimes it ends and you're like, it wasn't that good, but it kind of made me feel good. But most of the time, you're like, oh, that was okay. You know, rarely do you leave a cinematic situation being like, that was an extreme waste of my time. I would say, like, maybe once every 3 Canucks games, I'm like, I would have been better off. Not that it affects me that much, but I would have been better off just doing anything else than watching this. That's how I felt when I was watching yesterday's game, and Vegas was out shooting us 25-6. Almost the entire way through the second period, and they were up 1-0. I was like, the writing's on the wall, dude. We're toasted. Then we scored 20 seconds later and went on to win the game 2-1, despite getting outshot like 40-17. And I was like, never mind, this is sweet. This is where we want to be here. I do think that of all the hobbies out there, I don't know if, like, sports, it also creates more joy than a lot of hobbies. And I know that's going to sound weird, but, like, it's the only media that I watch that'll get me, like, pumping my fist. Like I'm 5 years old, you know? It's embarrassing to even admit it, but it's true, you know? So there's some tribalism involved. And I think, like, as an outlet for that tribalism is good as long as it doesn't get taken, like, haywire. I'll see people say things like, you know, all fans of this team are like this. They're stupid. I hate them. And if well, like, you know, I'm not a very tribalistic guy to begin with. Like, anytime I go to a sports event, I'm always like, you know, go my team. And then people start, like, you know, they get hammered and start heckling each other in the seats, or they even get into, like, fist fights outside of Rogers Arena. And I'm like, you are stupid. You get that this is like, you're watching people that make, like, you know, between $1 and $10 million a year slap around like a frozen disc of rubber while they wear, like, a shirt with your favorite color on it, right? Like, let's not you can get, like, you know, excited about it, don't get me wrong. When you get to the point where you're like, I'm gonna punch that, I'm gonna assault that guy because he likes the orange team and I like the blue team, that's like, you gotta re-examine your life at that point. But I do think sports create more misery disproportionately than almost any other hobby out there. The only other one I could think of is when I was into Pokemon Go, and sometimes I would go to the big Pokemon Go subreddit, and you'd think it would be like, you know, look at this, I caught a shiny Houndoom. But it was actually like, what are they doing in Niantic? Look at the special stats on this. How am I supposed to use this on a raid against the neutral form of Deoxys when his special stats are so low? They really dropped the... And then in the comments, you thought people would be like, chill out. But the people in the comments were like, I hope somebody lost their job over this debacle. Anyway, we don't... It's a fun game, dude. As long as you know... recognize where the limitations of your obsession with it should end, in my opinion. Or should be, the limitations should begin, in my opinion. You know what song I never hear off of Jock Jams anymore? You know, every once in a while you'll hear like pump the jam, pump it up while my feet are stomping. You know? What you never hear anymore is the one that goes, no limits, reach for the sky. No Santa deep, no Santa down, 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 down. They gotta bring back Jock Jams. There's nothing like, you know, if you want to tap into pure nostalgia, walking into like a record store. I guess you'd call it a music store at that point even. But walking into a music store and just seeing like 19 jock jams on the top 20 album charts. You ever think about how ridiculous music stores seem now as a concept? Like, you would walk into like an HMV and be like, ooh, I've never heard of this guy, but on his album cover, he's holding a classical guitar. That seems like something I might be interested in using a completely different sense to experience. And then you would walk up to like a shared kind of console, put your CD in, and put some headphones on, and then you'd listen to it for like a minute and be like, yeah, this is the ticket. Really worked against like complicated music, I think. Nobody's walking up to that, putting on like, you know, My Bloody Valentine's Loveless for the first time and being like, they're just gonna rip the headphones off in 2 seconds. You're not even getting past the hard shell. Anyway, for now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. That's 37 wins in a row. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.